ID.
Sweet.
Something like that. That's coming up in an hour. We'll talk to David Vassay before they get their thing rolling at 7.
Love it. I just love it. And I love this, Matt. I love this new segment. Do we have a cool intro for it or anything yet?
Order in the court. Order in the court. It's time for Justice with Sweet James.
That's right. Sweet James Bergener, the dense beard of justice, is in the house. Our personal injury attorney, 800-881-2021. SweetJames.com. He's a good guy. He loves our listeners. He loves Tim Conway Jr., and he's going to help us with some legal issues that are sports and not sports related. Matt, the first one you couldn't stop talking about yesterday. What's cracking, Sweet James? How are you?
How are you guys? Good to be here.
We're fabulous.
Thanks for being here, James.
How's that dense beard of justice?
The beard is pretty manly today.
All right.
Okay.
Every day. And we're going to see him tomorrow
Yes.
for the Paralyzed Veterans of America, our big radiothon. James is going to be in the house spreading the love like he always does when he shows up at PMS or station events. All right, Matt, it's this Adrian Peterson thing.
Yes, so no contest plea. Bergener, they say that this was, I guess, sort of pushed by the prosecution. Why would they do that? Some people are upset saying this is a celebrity treatment sort of thing.
I think Adrian had a good attorney. I think this was the call. I don't think he wanted to go to trial on this thing.
So in terms of him pleading it out, or pleading it down, I should say, I guess, to a misdemeanor, you think that came from his camp, or is this like an instance where the prosecution doesn't feel like they're going to be able to convict him on anything?
No, I think it came more from Adrian's camp. I know they wanted to fight this thing, but it was going to drag out for a long time, and I don't think it would have been a good call. I think it was a good legal move on his legal team side there, just to plead out on the no contest. Absolutely.
And when you do something like that, what happens? Is he done with it? What does he end up having to do?
Well, on this one, he's going to have to do some community hours and pay a small fine, and he's going to be monitored for a couple of years. And then if everything is clear and he doesn't do any missteps and doesn't mess up, it disappears.
What do you say to people that are outraged about it and think that, like Vic the Brick, for instance, thinks that, he got off easy? What normally, if let's say if anybody that we knew just on the street was on trial for the same thing in the state of Texas, is this the same thing that probably would happen?
It probably would be, especially for a first-time offense. It's likely something that would happen for somebody that has decent legal representation.
And now for people that are upset about the fine, I think it was about $4,000. They pointed out this guy made $4,100 every hour. They can't just adjust the fine based on somebody's income, I'm guessing.
No, they can't. It's kind of a one-size-fits-all. Like they don't adjust jail times for certain fractions depending on you are. Again, unless you have great legal representation, you're gonna pay the piper one way or another. But on this one, the fine is what it is, and I also think the prosecution. I don't think the judge was going to give him a super fair shake. I think the judge called the prosecutor a media whore. I don't think that they were that excited to go in front of the judge. So I think it was just a smart move. In 2 weeks, we'll forget all about this thing.
Will that ever happen generally if you go to court where you get in like a big fight with the judge? How do you work through that? I mean, don't you kind of need that guy on your side?
Absolutely. Early on in a case, you have an opportunity to challenge, at least in California, to challenge the judge and paper him, meaning change judges. But once you get deep into it, you're stuck with that judge, usually until the very end. Even if that judge doesn't like you, you're stuck.
Now, James, when it comes to somebody who's been suspended, he's put on this commissioner's list in the NFL, but he's still getting paid. Adrian Peterson is. Is there any legal recourse for him to get back on the field, even though he's still pulling his check? Can they do something legally there, or no?
No. It's going to have to all go through the NFL. He'll probably meet with Roger. They'll have a face-to-face, and Goodell's going to have to make a decision here. All
right, speaking of public opinion, marijuana, James, what happened last night? Is weed legal now almost everywhere, or just in the hippie states? What is going on exactly?
It's happening. It's going to come. It's passed. Now it will be implemented. I think it's next year, like in Oregon and Alaska. It's already obviously legal in Colorado.
There he is, the great James Bergener, the dense beard of justice, Sweet James.
No, you guys are the great guys. You guys are fantastic.
Nah, it's you, James.
We're trying our best, Sweet James.
I'm excited to come up tomorrow and see you guys.
We're excited to see you, Sweet James. Just tell our normal deadbeat stoner listeners, or the very buttoned-up listeners, the ones that are outraged by this, how soon can their children or themselves just go buy weed at a place in California without a card or anything like that? Is that here? Because some people are very afraid of that, and some people are very anxious for that to happen.
No, it's not here without a card yet. It's medically acceptable. Legally, it's been decriminalized for small amounts, but it will become legal, I think, soon. I think in the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to be perfectly legal here in California. Recreational marijuana will be legal.
So if I want to go out there and smoke a bunch of weed, get arrested, I can hire a lawyer like Sweet James Bergener. Can you just keep pushing that case back like 3 or 5 years until this thing's legalized, and then everybody forget about it?
That's what we'll do.
There we go.
Sweet James Bergener's got all the answers, 800-881-2021 or sweetjames.com. James, we love you. Thank you for joining us, and we will visit with you tomorrow and discuss justice further.
True.
Perfect. Love you too, guys.
Thank you, James.
Right on.
Matt, that was my first day in court. I'm looking forward to the next one where I am more ready for the legalese.
Most definitely, P. We hope to do this weekly with Sweet James Bergener, and something we also do weekly in our very next segment, the Wednesday Night Film Fight.
This is a film fight headed your way that Matt Smith is so excited about.
So excited.